Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the antidote to lockdown boredom. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them. Today we have got with us Mr. MathPig.
Oink.
B.
Hello, love.
Centennial Dave. A very short Sammy.
Just an arm.
And just wait. That's just 2 seconds here.
Boat rigging, Dave.
And SG1 rocks.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
You can't change it.
I
Can't change it.
My bad. Sorry.
Right.
You can change it on here, but what everybody sees is not the same.
It's what
Oh
that
no,
says.
no, Dave will display this.
Fair enough. I can live with that. Vote. Jar.
Manda might not be so impressed.
What the fucking fuck?
How to encourage people to vote for Star Wars.
This is not the way. This is not the way. Dave did not get that reference.
I
No.
have spoken.
Oh,
Have
some
you?
people's children.
Hashtag Team Jar Jar.
Hashtag Team Jar Jar.
I'm going to kill you in your sleep, Jeff. That's why I tell my son a lot. And then he says, he tells me he'll kill me first, but I said, how would that be possible if you're sleeping? So.
See, but that takes all the fun out of it. Then they're not in fear for their life. You need to wake them up just long enough for them to go, oh my God, and then kill them.
Okay.
So they know.
True.
Right, so everyone knows, right?
Yeah.
Right now, SG1, as we all know, is
Nobody
the best.
gives a fuck, Dave, because
They
it's
so
rigged
do.
and it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone
Ru-
knows that SG1 is the best. There is a lovely
Russian-
poll going on here that is showing that
Russian-
SG1 is the best.
Russian bots. We're blaming Russia.
And some very sore losers.
It went. It's no way it went from like 20 points behind to suddenly like caning everyone like in a matter of half an hour.
Yes, the people came to their senses.
Without some major soccer countage going on here.
There's no soccer countage going on. It's not your fault that the Stargate
Dave-
people woke up.
Dave, do you fold your soccer counts?
I don't have any soccer counts.
We fold and then we roll.
Then we roll.
We do both. We already discussed this.
Right, today is my 100th episode. Considering I thought I'd do like half a dozen of these, I'm quite impressed.
Golf clap.
Yeah, stop that.
So MathPig only has 42 soccer counts.
14.
14. Is that all?
What?
You can do an awful lot with 14.
Yeah, like vote Star Wars.
Not on Twitter.
No, he doesn't have Twitter socks. And I don't really have Twitter socks. I have 3 Twitter accounts. 3.5
Yes, it's
Twitter
really
accounts.
weird when you like stuff on the Critical Questions account, Dave.
You know why though, don't you?
No, I don't.
Because
me.
I
Because it's
follow
critical.
5,000 people on Critical Cripple. So I see
Too many people.
tens of thousands of tweets flash past. Whereas I follow maybe 100 people on Critical Questions, so that I see the tweets.
Gotcha.
That's
Weird,
way too many people in your life.
Yes, it is.
Sounds like a lot of drama.
Yeah, I did have another little account which was kind of a sock. Well, I don't use it anymore.
You know
You
that
know.
Full of
4,000
holes. Say
of
again?
those 5,000 accounts are porn accounts, so
A handful of porn accounts.
handful my ass.
Very few of them are porn accounts.
You
Um,
say so?
I know so. I have another account for that. That's my half an account. I have 3 accounts that I admit to, and 1 account I don't.
Oh, but you just admitted to it, Dave.
Yeah, but no one knows what it is.
I knew that actually. So fine.
It's not like I particularly tell people.
My
Right.
Right.
Moving on. Give us a question.
Say it, MathPig.
Moving on.
You need
That
to take
was
up
very
coffee.
deep of you.
It was very deep.
Moving on.
Spooky says Star Wars isn't science fiction.
I am not.
Do you know what? I
in the
cannot
mood for this
believe-
fucking fight.
I cannot believe how bloodthirsty that poll has got.
You knew exactly what the fuck you were
No,
doing,
I
Dave, and I've
didn't.
already said this to
Hey.
you.
Yes, I know, and I didn't expect
Dave.
it.
After this one,
You did.
after this one, do a Star Wars one, asking whether Disney's canon. Then you'll see fucking bloodthirstiness.
And
Badger says I
will
should have
You
changed
shouldn't.
it.
Yeah, you should.
I should have put pre-legend or something. Star Wars is the option.
What's better? What's
Yeah,
better?
a lot of people said that like they couldn't vote for Star Wars because of the fucking new shit.
Yeah.
Well, the new movies, the new shows. Different story.
Star Wars. I find sci-fi fans or fans. See, Star Wars fans an interesting one because 20 years ago they were bitching like hell about the prequels or whatever. Now
They
all
love them
suddenly,
now.
they all fucking love them because and then I guarantee you, in like 20 years, if Disney does another free fucking Star Wars, they'll all be saying how fucking brilliant the Last Jedi was.
All right, first question. He is falling asleep. You know what? Not our fault. You were up really fucking early. So
Yeah.
My cat woke me up, but it was cute. He snuggled his little head up right here, and he put his little leg across me, and his little paw was right over here,
Ooh.
and he was like curled up with me. It was really fucking cute.
Oh, that's pretty.
And you can't not pet that. You know?
Yeah, you can. You can. You could say, "Oh, that's cute." Then say, "Now fuck off and let me sleep."
So B
I
woke up.
did.
B has never turned down
Work.
pussy in her bed.
Wait for it. B woke up
Fact, Dave.
like 4
No,
o'clock
that's
in
not
the
true.
morning to pet her pussy. There it is.
That is not true. It was 3:45.
All right. First question, Dave.
Nerdy says, if
Go,
you
Dave.
exclude Disney Star Wars, then you are just cherry picking. You have to
Oh,
take the
God.
series as a whole, good and bad. Also, Star Wars isn't science fiction. I want to know, who was it? Someone wrote to Seth MacFarlane in demanding that the poll be changed to include the Orville.
What?
Really?
Yes.
No, though. Yeah, see what you're doing to B, Dave.
Yeah. Right, okay. I have a nice non-controversial first question.
So he says.
Shocking.
I can't believe I've not asked this question before. Question 1016. Is a hot dog just a pretentious sandwich?
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, like that's not controversial.
Yeah. Why is this the stuff
If
that
you're
we
talking
argue about
about
on
something
Initiative?
with bread on both sides and meat and objects in the middle, then yes, technically it's a sandwich. Dave.
Yeah, I'm not.
Going by
not
that definition, you're still wrong because you said bread top and bottom. A hot dog is bread left and right.
No, she
Yeah.
said bread on both sides, not top and bottom.
So
But who the fuck eats a
Thank
sandwich
you.
vertically? So therefore, no.
Subway
Shut up.
sandwiches used to be the U-gouge cut, which was the stuff
What
went
the
in on.
fuck is it? Okay.
Subway used to
Yes.
do a
Well,
different cut.
I worked at Subway back in the day when that was a thing. You had to cut it, and I actually cut off the tip of my finger, you cutting it. And now they
U-cuts
just
were-
cut it sideways.
U-cuts were better. You got a much better sandwich.
But
Oh.
they cut it sideways, so it's shaped like a hot dog bun. Still a sandwich.
Fuck.
The British Sandwich Association officially says a hot dog is not a sandwich.
Does it?
There you go.
There we go. Yes.
That's. I'm sure
Oh,
that
well,
settles it.
that's nationwide. That's worldwide then, because the Brits said it. Yep.
Damn, we invented it.
We invented it.
Whatever.
You say we. Nerdy says a sandwich is any food
Oh,
product.
the Earl of Sandwich was an American, was he?
Shh.
I think not.
Nerdy says a sandwich is any food product between two slices of bread. Therefore, a hot dog is a sandwich. What about when they put
Stop.
two?
Stop reading Nerdy's fucking bullshit comments in the chat. He's pissed me off today.
Catnip says we should ask Shannon Q.
Yes, we should. Read what Chad said.
Chad says it's a sandwich if the bun tears in half, as they often do when you're trying to close them. It's a proto sandwich.
Well,
Yes.
given that the sandwich is 2 or more slices of bread or a split roll, I don't know. I don't know about this one.
You just said it was.
I am very. I'm
No,
going
he
with
said
the
it
British.
wasn't.
I am going to go with the British Sandwich Association. That is, says it's not.
So
Now,
you're just appeal to authority.
See, well, if the authority's a credible authority,
Schmuck.
yes.
Sheep.
It's a conspiracy to keep hot
That's
dogs
like,
down.
Sorry, calling that an appeal to authority is like when flat earthers call using science as an appeal to authority. It's the same thing.
Shit, I agree with Stool.
Stool says, filthy perverts, a hot dog is not a sandwich. Never has been, never will be.
I may
So-
let you out of your corner.
You're going to
Stool.
listen to Stool. Come on now.
Serif says, I'm saying it's a sandwich. Nerdy says, a sandwich is the class, hot dog is the subclass. Spooky says, hot dog...
Wait.
What?
Can you hear that? Oh, probably not. She's chasing rabbits in her sleep, so she's going. Funny.
Oh,
Anyway,
Spooky's...
Aww.
I
How do
miss
you know it's
Spooky's
rabbits?
original.
Might be cats.
she's chasing something. I usually just say rabbits, but something.
Right, Spooky says no, because it's not pretentious. You don't think hot dogs are pretentious?
Well, apparently there's a philosophical debate about this as well.
Is there now?
So, yes.
What does the
Now,
Stanford Encyclopedia of Psychology say?
I'm not interested in what it says. Now, I will explain the first 2 rules of philosophy for everyone.
Okay.
Number 1, for every philosopher, there is an equal and opposite philosopher. Is rule number 1. Rule number 2, they're both wrong.
I heard that recently. Where did I hear that?
Probably.
Oh, that was
from
on
me,
your
but-
stream. I don't know. Spooky says hot dogs are more like pizza. I think he's just trolling now.
Yeah. I mean,
Seraph says, I'm saying
come
it's a
on.
sandwich. Harmonica Man says, can something that's made of tits, toes, and touch holes even be a sandwich? Tits, toes, and touch holes.
But Spooky also said a pizza is an open-faced sandwich, which I agree with because I grab my slices of pizza and I fold them in half.
Yes,
And
I
then
do
it's
too.
a sandwich.
Seraph says it's a bread taco. And Garner says, are tacos like sandwiches or hot dogs?
Well,
Jenny.
it very much points out here in my my news source here that in this country it is officially not a sandwich, and seeing
Is
as
it not?
exactly, yeah.
Why not?
I just told you because the organisation that speaks on behalf of the sandwich industry has said so.
And
Okay, you're right.
It's
Since
a conspiracy.
Earthers say the Earth is flat, then it must be. It's on the internet. Whatever.
No, you're
what do you do
misunderstanding.
for a living?
you're
I had
misunderstanding
the sandwich
fallacy there.
industry in the UK.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
just
you
a
know
shill.
I have spent years of my life making sandwiches,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you that a hot dog is a sandwich.
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
you spent years of your life making hot dogs, not sandwiches.
No, I've made
No.
sandwiches of all varieties. Some have beef patties on them with cheese.
They're
Still a
called
sandwich.
burgers.
Little burgers.
Should
Nope,
ask the
still a
New York
sandwich.
hot dog vendor. They would probably tell you no and tell you to fuck off and try to stab you.
Yes. I've lost what Chad said, but it becomes 2 at the moment a hot dog is inserted. It's a sandwich, but you only need to transport 1 piece of bread. I stand by proto sandwich.
And
No.
actually, if we're going to talk about authorities as well, the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council in the United States policy is that it is not a sandwich.
Which is funny that you say that because I was just thinking about the fact that they sell sausages as subs, which are sandwiches.
Yeah. If you have a hot dog bun and you put bacon on it, what is it?
There's no difference between a hot dog and a fucking sausage. It's still a sandwich.
So anyway, what's better, Star Wars or SG
all
Bum?
of you right now.
Let me just get through the chat quickly. Nerdy says the SCP definition of a sandwich includes a hot dog. Stool says ask Steve McRae get Steve McRae on the phone to define a sandwich.
That could be. It could be if B equals P, then not a sandwich.
Nerdy.
I see, but then they have like pita bread and they have the flat bread, and those are all sandwiches.
Yeah.
And you fold that in half to create the sandwich.
Is a doner kebab a sandwich then?
And they rip just like a hot dog bun.
Is a doner kebab a sandwich? Jeff?
What?
It's a doner kebab a sandwich.
I wouldn't class it as a sandwich, but then I'm not trying to class as hot dog as a sandwich. So.
You don't have doner kebabs?
I don't like kebab. I personally don't like kebabs, but
your home has deteriorated somewhat.
Sammy's Castle.
Yeah, no, I like that one better.
Yeah, I think it's
He
better.
moved.
It's a little draft.
What do you think, Sammy? Answer the question.
Well, I think to lump all hot dogs into one category, I've actually made some very lovely hot dogs, actually, Dave. So to say that they're all pretentious is, I think, a little judgmental. But also, if you put bacon on a hot dog bun, wouldn't you have a bacon sub?
Bacon bap.
And see, you don't say...
Still, a sub is still a sandwich.
Exactly. They're all sandwiches because we don't say he was subwayed between two hard places. He was sandwiched. So anything in between two other things is technically a sandwich, just not necessarily
right.
an
Just like if I have two women with me, it's a B sandwich. Thank you. Exactly my point.
Okay. An item of food consisting of 2 pieces of bread between them, eaten as a light meal.
A whole meal.
Very, very, very clear definition here of 2 pieces of bread, not one split piece of bread that we.
So a bun is not a sandwich.
Nope. See, a
but
burger
it is
a burger
because
will have
it's
a
2 pieces.
See, a burger has a better claim to this, I believe, than a hot dog.
Well, they call it a sandwich.
By a burger. Yeah, and there's an argument around around the burger, but I do believe the burger has a more legitimate claim.
I don't agree, Jeff. I think you'll find that the hamburger is actually the meat patty, not the bun.
Of course, but
and I mean,
they call it a hamburger. They just don't discuss the sandwich part of it.
Bread. If anything, it's a loaf of bread, and it's still called a sandwich.
Wait there. I've got to catch up on the chat. I'm so far behind.
What it means is Big Macs are officially superior to hot dogs.
No.
There we go.
Nerdy says, so I think you'll find the normative...
on the hot dog.
And I hate fucking Big Macs.
I like Big Macs. Nerdy says, so I think you'll find the normative use of hot dog in academia assumes it's a subclass of sandwiches. From the Stanford Encyclopedia of Sandwiches. Jenny tries to ask if breakfast cereal is soup. We're not doing that one now. That's actually in my list of questions to ask.
Probably, it's not going to have me and B on for that one.
I'm going to do an episode with just me and Manda where I ask her that. The Lone Wanderer says, technically the bun is not 2 pieces of bread as it's joined and not sliced. So if we had a hot dog bun that we cut all the way in half and put a sausage on it, that would be a sandwich.
Yeah, it'd be a sausage sandwich.
Right, but there's no different constituent parts.
I think again,
that hot dog and put it on 2 slices of bread, you'd call it a sandwich.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem then.
Right. Never Again says, Dag, I know I missed some good stuff. Business interrupted. Nerdy says, that sounds like Jeff is using an extremely biased data source. A loaf of bread is joined as well until it's sliced. Spooky says, are MathPig, Dave, and Manda a sandwich? No. Storm says, I want to work for the National Hot Dog Sausage Council when I grow up. Are the sausages
Only with
in a
bees
hot dog
in the middle.
different?
Hey, why was Dave in the middle of that sandwich?
No, no.
Go on. Go on. Finish that sentence. You were about to argue for that.
See, this is what the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council says, and these are the people on the side of hot dogs. And limiting the hot dog's significance by saying it's just a sandwich is like calling the Dalai Lama just a guy. That's an actual fucking quote.
There are going to be holy wars fought about this in the future.
Oh, that was like Jenny last night saying Star Trek is just a few movies.
See, now you know what we'll be fighting over if we didn't have religion.
But
That's our problem. That's it.
and pineapple on pizza. But Jenny brings up a good point. I have many times in my life sliced hot dogs in half, fried them or heated them, put cheese on them, and put them on bread.
Yeah.
So that's
Just regular
fucking
bread.
sandwich.
Yeah.
That is a sandwich.
It is either way.
Right.
Fuck.
Wait there.
Fuck.
Right. Catnip asks, if I put deli sliced ham
prefer to
on a
fuck
hot dog
on.
bun, what is it? Go on. Anyone?
I missed the
Sorry.
question.
If I put deli sliced
Yelling at
ham
each other.
on a hot dog bun, what is it then?
Subway.
It's a sandwich.
It's a deli sliced ham on a hot dog bun, is what it is. By
Or a
definition.
sandwich.
A sandwich.
We would call it a ham bun.
Yes. As is a sausage bun. Or a hot dog. Stool says, a doner kebab is not a sandwich. What is wrong with you freaks? Nerdy says, a doner kebab is a sandwich because you have to split the pita bread.
But it's only one piece rolled rather than two.
Cut in half. Jenny says, what if you take 2 hot dogs, slice them in half lengthwise, and put 4 of them in a slice of bread? That's definitely a sandwich. There's a link that I can't follow.
Still a sandwich.
Still a sandwich. Harmonica says, I was in a sandwich once. It wasn't pretentious, just horny. Seraph has it. The hot dog is just a sandwich
Fair
filling.
enough.
It's just a pretentious name. Jenny says, my hot dog turned into a taco. Lone Wanderer says, does the roll need to be separated into 2 parts because a sub sandwich then a sub is not split and yet it is a sandwich? This is the point. Subways do not split their bread. So a sub is a hot dog with a different filling.
Okay, let me just point out the fact that what Sammy said. He said, when you say a hamburger, they're talking about the meat patties. When you say a hot dog, they're talking about the meat in the center. It has nothing to do with the bread. It's still a sandwich.
So a hot dog is just the sausage.
Fucking
Yeah,
hour of
Frank-
fucking argument.
I thought that was
I hate all of you.
Frankfurter or something.
Right. What we'll do is I'll ask each of you and then we'll move
Still
on.
about the meat.
Just wait. B, is it a sandwich?
Fuck yeah.
Jeff.
Team America.
B is objectively wrong. It is not a sandwich.
Sammy.
It is a sandwich, but it is not pretentious.
Manda.
It's just good old fashioned.
Is that a yes or a no,
That
man?
means
She thinks it's a
That's
sandwich.
fucking no, fuck you all.
I am the interpreter for Manda. That means fuck no, it's not a sandwich.
Thank you, baby.
Also, could I say, vote Team Jar Jar?
No.
What's your answer, Dave?
I haven't got
No,
something
you
there.
cannot.
MathPig.
MathPig.
Sandwich.
It's a sandwich. It is most definitely a sandwich.
MathPig said it has to be right.
Well, Manda, hold on, Manda. No,
He can either back you up and be wrong or be right.
No. Manda, hold on. You didn't even back yourself up there, so why can't MathPig back you up? You went along with what B fucking says.
Dave.
Yes.
I just want to know, did
Dave.
Jaffa take a biscuit or a cake? That's what I'm stuck on.
Oh, that could be interesting. See, we've had enough arguments over the definition of a biscuit.
No, we'll have that another day.
Really
Do Americans and Australians know what Jaffa cakes are?
What
I've
cake?
heard of them.
Okay, no, we won't have it another day.
Something
Then.
ready
We will prep, Dave. We will prep, and I will buy Jaffa cakes.
I'm
made of
sure there-
flour.
I think I've heard of them.
I'm willing to bet there must be an American equivalent of probably called something else.
We'll come back to that later, another day.
We must research.
We must research. Right, next question. We have settled it forever, by the way. Hot dogs or a sandwich?
You are all wrong, and you will all be hearing from the lawyers of the British Sandwiching Association.
Shh. Right, I might release this question early. Question 1017. What is the most boring thing you can order in a cafe?
Time with Dave.
Either a hot dog or a sandwich.
A fucking hot dog sandwich.
Boring but fucking awesome. Egg and lettuce sandwich.
Egg and lettuce? You
Mm,
can't put lettuce with egg?
That shit's good.
What?
fucking amazing, Dave.
Dave,
I might have
it's similar to putting boiled eggs on a salad.
Yeah, we have egg and cress sandwiches. Egg and lettuce sounds weird.
Egg and cress.
I think lettuce can work, but
You shred the lettuce?
Yeah.
So it's not just a big slice.
No.
Ah,
And it's not just egg, it's egg, mayo. You sort of
Yeah.
break your boiled egg up into
So-
the mayo.
yeah. It's an egg mayo. Yeah, I know what you
So,
mean.
Sammy, what you're doing is you're making egg salad and then you're eating it with lettuce, which I've done before. It's really good. You roll it up in like a big romaine lettuce leaf. It's really good.
Mm,
Right, never again says bagged chips. I'm assuming they mean crisps.
yeah.
Aunt Jer says a banana. Spooky says beans on toast. Harmonica Man says ice water. Sirif says plain toast. Nerdy says, I think the most boring thing you could order in a cafe would be a laptop that has no internet, but all the episodes are critical questions, and that's the only thing you can watch on the laptop. That sounds harsh. Aunt Jer says bottled water.
How about I think the most boring thing you can order a Cafe Nero loyalty card.
No one's got one of them. Lucy's apparently is only here to look at Sammy.
That's why we're all here.
I'm more likely to have a Cafe Nero loyalty card than I am a Starbucks card, because Cafe Nero is superior to Starbucks in every way.
Spooky says mayonnaise is a soup. Are you insane? Right. Manda.
Fucking plain tea.
Plain tea. Well, normal tea.
Just tea. I don't know. It's boring. Sorry, Brits.
Sammy. He's peeking
That's
out of
what-
his castle.
That's why
Sorry.
we put. That's why
I
we
got
put milk.
distracted.
That's why we
Is
put
Lucy-
milk and sugar in it to make it taste better.
Yep. Make it taste
Cheers.
lovely. Sammy.
Yes, Dave.
What? What did you say?
I said, is Lucy still looking at me?
Yes.
It's
You're
still
breaking
here,
her
so I'm
heart.
assuming yes.
He's
She likes
closing
the
the
hair.
door.
What's the question?
What? I forgot what the question is. What is the most boring thing you can order in a cafe?
Oh, iced tea.
Iced tea.
You can have cold coffee with almond milk. That's
No,
really
you can't. It's vile.
Fuck all the way off.
Oh,
Why
that's-
did you pick on me now? Why?
Because you eat
Plus,
something
no caffeine
that's
has that
vile.
stuff. Assholes.
Because you picked on our entire nation and culture.
Is cold
'Cause I
coffee
said
soup?
fuck the tea.
Also proves they know what type
Just
of
because
coffee.
we didn't agree with your fucking sandwich council?
By the way, MathPig's mom agrees with me that coffee is better than tea, and she lives in the UK. So fuck you guys.
She is lying to
I
you
like
to
her.
be nice. She has not. I'm
Yeah.
telling you that now. Knowing her 37 years, that's a lie.
Okay, I'm gonna tell her you said that.
You can. I'll tell her myself.
Stool says half a mushroom and a napkin, and Nerdy says, is cold coffee a type of sauce?
Nerdy. Somebody time him out.
It's a milkshake.
Not if you put almond milk in it. No.
Made
How'd you milk an almond?
I can't.
Very carefully. You have to really pinch. It's very tiny.
Oh, dear.
So you have to really pinch your fingers together and grab with your nails.
Which makes the almond scream.
Just twist.
That's how you get almond ice cream.
Right at the
Right
end,
there.
it spurts.
I think that might mean she's
Oh.
pregnant. Right. Has everyone answered? Has anyone answered?
Oh,
Iced tea.
No, you haven't
yes,
asked me,
we all
Dave.
fucking answered.
Oh, good.
No, I never answered.
Go on then.
Oh, sorry.
Condiment packets. Little ketchup and mayonnaise packets.
What sort of
Ask
cat?
for them.
Or you want an order. They're just on the table.
You can ask for it. You don't have to pay for it.
Order.
You haven't been as poor as me. You ask for those, they leave the little crackers on the table, and you fucking put that shit on there.
Oh,
And
I
ask for a
always
glass
take
of
the
water.
crackers.
And then you leave a 50-cent tip because that's all you can afford. You move on with your life.
So there's this barbecue
I just
place
made
in
that shit
town
up.
that carries these Keebler saltines that I cannot find anywhere. So whenever we go there, we like pack our bag full. Like we get the food and then we fill up the bag with the fucking saltines.
They are good though. I like saltines.
I do. These are the best
Still good
saltines.
with
I
ketchup.
can't like find them in the store for some reason. So from there.
Can the Australian
Add it
ask?
to your wish list. I'll order you some.
What, Sammy?
Can the Australian ask what a saltine is?
It's a really plain cracker that has salt on it.
Do you have
it's
Jacob's
for-
crackers?
Yeah,
Salted Jacob's
So-
crackers.
a cracker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But they're really good, even though they're not like, don't have taste really or anything. I don't know.
Mm.
I like them. I
can
eat a
eat
lot of crackers. Ask MathPig.
Fucking crackers.
It's really good for settling your stomach when you're nauseous, by the way.
Yeah,
Saltine crackers.
which I am a lot. So
Hmm.
I eat a lot of saltines and oyster crackers.
I'm sure that Coca-Cola is really helping you. But anyways, moving on.
Right.
It does. It has carbonation. I didn't have time to make fucking coffee. It's not my fault.
You didn't
Gotta
have
be
time to
here.
make coffee. B woke you up
That's
2 hours
bullshit. We
before.
were talking on fucking Twitter for 45 minutes before the fucking show.
So, but it was your fault. You distracted me.
I know. I know. It was my fault. Because it's still July.
Oh, Nervardia says hot dog is a species in the genus of sandwich.
Where'd you say that?
See?
I tweeted about it. So.
We're going to take a hot dog poll
You
on
wanted
Twitter.
to break Twitter, didn't you?
No, I just complained about the fucking question being for so fucking long. Stupid.
Right.
Ah! What did you
What?
answer, Dave?
I have no
Did you
idea.
answer?
I have no idea.
That was my point, never again.
Right, next question. Do you know what? I think I might have been hungry when I wrote these first few questions. Next question. Question 1018. If you could have a Willy Wonka-style golden ticket to go on a tour of any real factory in the world, what factory would you visit, and would you be disappointed if it was not gifted to you at the end?
Well, considering the premise of the way you set it up, I'd be annoyed if I didn't get it at the end.
I kept my hands to myself. I didn't eat the blueberries.
Australia's just
A Black
started-
Hawk factory.
A Black Hawk factory. Would you be disappointed if you didn't
Fuck
get it
yeah.
at the end?
Hell yeah, because that shit'll help when the shit hits the fan here soon. You just shoot the motherfuckers and fly away.
Go on, Sammy.
We've started the government approved marijuana. I don't call them factories.
We can go with that loose term.
Scientists work there, so they're not just like big gardens or anything. I'd love to tour one of them and then be gifted it at the end. Or even just a little gift baggie as
Just a day's batch.
Yeah.
Nerdy says, does the does the Large Hadron Collider count as a factory? Well, they do call it an atom factory. Excuse me. Harmonica Man says, Hostess or Little Debbie factories? What are they?
Low expectations.
What are they?
They're like little cakes and like mass produced and packed with preservatives, cakes
Like-
and stuff.
They
Like
make
Twinkies.
Twinkies.
Yeah, they make Twinkies.
Yes, they make Twinkies, ho-hos, ding-dongs, anything that sounds like a sexual gay man would be involved. That's what they make.
Fair enough. There we go. Oh, but they make big, lovely gardens. Who makes big, lovely gardens? I'm confused. Go on. What factory, Mender?
Shoes.
Shoes.
Give me shoes.
I'm going to write down my prediction for MathPig's answer.
If I was Manda, I would say the nerve stimulator factory. When you leave.
By the way, by the way, Manda's second name is Marcos, by the way.
What?
See, I didn't get that, but I heard a
Don't
giggle
know.
from the other side of the room.
It was the Imelda Marcos reference.
Oh, Imelda Marcos, yeah.
MathPig.
Shoe factory.
That's I get him just as he sneezes.
You tell me what you think it's going to be, Dave.
No, I'll tell you if I get it right.
No, you're not going to get it right.
Go on.
Probably will go to the Mercedes Cosworth factory and watch how they do things, tune engines and stuff there. I'd have a field day there.
And would you be disappointed if they didn't give you the factory at the end of the day?
I said that at the start. That was the first person to answer.
What did you say?
I said, considering the fact that you've handed me
Oh,
a
you-
ticket for Willy Wonka-style and set it up like this, I would be disappointed if I didn't get it at the end.
Very good.
There you go.
No, you did not fulfill what I
See,
was
there goes that
thought you'd
memory
say.
again.
What were you going to say?
I didn't. I said something very expensive and then sell it.
I own the Cosworth factory now.
I know it is expensive, but I thought you'd go for the reason of
do
it
that
being expensive.
I could do that with the Black Hawk and I'd be rich.
Yeah, you don't need to sell a couple of Blackhawks and you'd be rich.
I only need one.
I'd want the first Mondeo ST fucking tuned by Cosworth. One and only. I'd sell that.
See, my answer was going to be the cigarette factory from South Park, but as a joke. But no, seriously, I don't have a similar answer to MathPig. Probably a motorcycle factory, which I would definitely enjoy.
You'd be dead by the end of the week if they gave you that.
Yeah, it depends on what one it is. I mean, I don't know. Possibly one of the Japanese bike factories. I say it's the problem. Like Harley Davidsons, they got the most beautiful fucking sound to them, but they are shit motorcycles.
They used to be great until about 10 years ago, and they started making them cheap as fuck. They started putting shit parts in them.
What is it that everyone talks about? CMB or the
when AMF got hold of them.
MathPig?
What?
What'd you say?
What did you say?
The biggest bike or the most popular bike that I know of from people I know that ride bad, like a Honda CNB or a Honda CBR or something.
CBR, oh yeah, the CBR Fireblade probably. But...
I was going to say the CBR. All I can remember is that from Grand Theft Auto. They went fast. Chad says, I would want to tour an oil refinery. I understand how they work, and I think they could be repurposed as an electrically powered carbon capture facilities. I would want to play there for a year or two. Jenny says, the BMW factory in Munich. Yes, they should gift it to me. Munich. Did I say Munich?
Yeah, well, technically, she said it correctly. So.
No, that does not say Munich.
Thank God for that. I've seen that word before, and that's not that doesn't look like.
I didn't even look at the chat. I just assumed you were stupid.
Well, to be fair, that is actually how it is spelled in German. So.
Oh my God. Fucking MathPig.
Jenny says a shoe factory in Taiwan.
No, but I'm surprised nobody said anything along the lines of like a sex toy factory or anything as well.
That's
So.
where Dave's going. You know it.
Well, I wouldn't go
totally
to a sex. They're not. No, I wouldn't go to a sex toy factory.
What's that dragon place? That's where he wants to go.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't go to a sex
Then
toy
what is
factory.
it, Dave?
I've no idea.
Stop asking questions that you can't fucking answer.
Dave, Ricardo wants to know if it has to be a real or can it be a fictional factory?
Actually, did Dave even take a position on the sandwich thing?
Yes, he did.
He did.
I took the correct position, being the quizmaster.
So does that? So to be fair, if he's taken a controversial position, does that absolve him of answering any others?
No.
A little.
I would. Who makes the largest and most expensive and best RVs in the States?
Well, you've seen
There's
the
like
one we have.
Yours is shit.
So I would go with Mercedes.
Yeah, the best one in the market at the minute is the Mercedes one. You can actually pop the back and slide a car down underneath.
That's the one that has the little. Is that the one that has the sports car underneath it?
It's extreme.
Yeah, I want the factory that makes them.
The fucking sports car extension. The one we have is lovely.
No,
the factory that makes them.
Put a sports car in the fucking thing. It just got to
Sammy.
He's like a kid with
Nobody wants a sports car too. Anybody that has a fucking RV and a sports car like that needs to be dragged out to the street and shot because their carbon footprint is through the fucking roof.
Well,
Anyone that has an RV that size.
I don't have the art.
What if they're Tesla? What if they're made by Tesla though?
We're not having the Tesla discussion.
Well, I'm saying that the carbon footprint may not be as bad.
True, still. RVs are bullshit.
Crazy Catnip says the sign of true friendship is I didn't even look, I just assumed you were stupid. Ricardo says, okay, TSMC then. Yes, gift it to me and I will stop the production of military gear. The problem is someone else will just pick that up.
Yeah.
Right, next question. Question 1019. Should society prioritise its members or its continuation?
I'm going to say it's I would say its members. Personally, you know, I don't know. I don't know that the two are exclusive positions.
They very much are.
Yep.
If you prioritize the members, the rest of it will be fine.
Not necessarily. I mean, climate change is the perfect example. Prioritize the membership of society.
By prioritizing the members, you're trying to save the members. You would have to deal with climate change.
No, because
you'd have to deal
you don't
with the
need
economy,
to deal with climate.
You have to deal with all of it.
You don't need to deal with climate change if you don't worry about its continuation.
Yeah.
But if you're worried about the members, you would be worried about the continuation.
No, well, this is my point. This is where you find that balance.
So you didn't say you could pick a balance.
You can't. My point is which should you prioritize?
Simple. You prioritize. If you prioritize the members, then the world goes to shit because you're doing it for the people. You prioritize the continuation. I'm going to make sure that I'm in the fucking people that don't get wiped out, because that's what needs to be done for the continuation. Is fucking stupid people need to go.
But prioritizing the continuation is prioritizing the members. If you're talking about the continuation,
no, not necessarily.
No.
You could put everyone in slavery tomorrow, and that would to benefit the future. You could make everyone pay a tax rate of 90%, right, of all their earnings to go towards continuation of the society. And the people of today would be miserable.
That would end up collapsing society, because you would have no kind of economy anymore, because everybody's money would be going toward taxes.
I agree.
It's exactly where I was going.
I'm not necessarily on heavy taxes. No, you could keep an economy going, but it'd be difficult. It would be difficult. I mean, this is I think is always the been catch-22 when we come to these questions. It normally is about continuation of the fucking current economy, which does not prioritize. It does not prioritize need.
I mean, for example, the States is a very good example. For example, how many times can I say that? How many times can I say that? Right. In the States right now, you absolutely fucking suck at funding your schools. You have a choice between whether or not people pay taxes now. Okay? The people now pay taxes to fund the continuation, a better society in the future. The continuation of your society in the future. Okay? And there's lots of decisions like this where you are a choice between some people doing something now or people benefiting the future. And the future is an abstract concept in that. You wouldn't
need, to be honest though, the States, you would not need to raise taxes for that at all. What they could do, which would I think be damn sight better long term for the whole world, is they could stop giving so much of the taxpayer money to the fucking military.
Yeah.
Okay, so
again, we're not prioritizing our members. I'm sorry, Amanda, go ahead.
No, it's just part of me wants to say, let it be the members, because quite frankly, the continuation of the species is not helping this planet anyway, so fuck them. But if you concentrate on the continuation of the species, I don't agree with the way you're going with that. You still would have to prioritize the members in some way. Fuck. Yeah, I go with the members though. Fuck the species.
I think Rosa Luxemburg was right when she said that basically the choice facing humanity is socialism or barbarism. Unfortunately, we seem to keep taking the latter.
Yep.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
It's a tough one, and I'm interested, Dave, how you can see such a clear separation.
Well, I don't think there is. This is why I went with priority rather than saying you have to have one or the other. I think you have to prioritize one over the other. That doesn't mean you get to dismiss the other.
Well, okay. By prioritizing the members, it really does give more of a chance to the continuation of the species as a whole.
Not necessarily.
Thank you.
No, yes, it does. Because you're allowing for a small amount of members to do better than everyone else. You're allowing for that to continue. If you prioritize, the continuation of the species, you end up neglecting the members, and therefore it'll end up petering out, and you will fuck yourself and not be able to continue the species.
Yeah, but climate change is the perfect example, because prioritizing our members.
We know that in America, because we're already concentrating on the society and not the members, and we're destroying ourselves.
Yes.
That's why I answered that so easy.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, Dave. But this isn't about climate change. This is about the species in general. And yes, the species.
No, it's not about the species in general. It's about society.
So,
your society, they are separate.
Question: if a species got to a point where they didn't want to breed anymore,
yeah,
and you let you put the priority on the individual and let them choose, you will lose your society.
Yes. So what?
So that's what I was looking for.
So that's an example. I'm saying to Manda of where it doesn't always focusing on the individual doesn't always necessarily equal.
Yeah, but Sammy, did you hear me say that I would not have a problem with the human species dying out? Considering
we've done previous episodes with this. She's quite happy to take a machete and do it herself.
You don't understand how fucking depressing my job is, okay? And to continuously sit here and watch people just do whatever the fuck they want and fuck up the climate because they want to drive, I live in the South, so everybody drives a fucking monster truck for no goddamn reason with huge fucking tires. Let them die, okay? Fuck. Sorry.
See, this is See, I was just looking through my. I was looking for my lot of my books. I remember I had this pamphlet somewhere where.
Just 2 seconds, Jeff, before you finish that segment. Right, when someone else is clipping this episode, just remember she's a climate scientist. Go, Jeff.
No, I remember finding this. This is quite an old climate. This was campaign against climate change, and the TUC backed this one, which was actually at least okay. You might say a little bit manifesto-y, yes, okay, but it was actually laying out a proposal of how you could actually, of kind of like how you could raise employment and build a lot of jobs around climate, tackling climate.
Easily convert fossil fuel industry jobs to alternative energy jobs. It's not that fucking hard.
It's not. The problem with all of these things is it's a bit like when we had full employment in the sort of from the States, I don't know, from not long after the Second World War till maybe the mid to late 70s. And I think Michael Kidron answered this quite well in his thing about what we called the permanent arms economy. The problem with it was we had full employment, which was based very much around the fucking Cold War. Somewhat, and I think it somewhat was similar. There was actually, that in a way helped keep the economy going for a long time. Now, technically, you could, if you can get enough nations on board, run an economy similar to that, with around tackling climate change. Now, it will still be subject to the same problems that the permanent arms economy had. And the other big problem with an arms economy is generally when it's an arms race, that tends to compel flipping people to spend a lot more, which is how fucked up it is.
Here's the problem. A lot of people have invested an awful lot of money into pulling carbon out of the ground so we can burn it. They don't seem to be willing to give it up. Right. Anyway, let me catch up.
That's the fucking short term. That's the short termness of this fucking system.
Yep. Right. Chad says, members. If the members are cared for, then they will always be cared for. Long term, it will work out. Not if they don't want it to. Again, your society may end up favouring. Right now, if the UK and America decide to go with a policy of we're going to allow no more immigration and we're just going to look after the people we've got, both those societies will end because they are not producing enough kids to meet replacement. And that's that's prioritizing the people that are alive now and the ones that are, rather than encouraging more or getting more immigrants and bringing them into your society. You're giving me fully faces. Why?
Have you been to like a McDonald's in the South ever? Because like,
yes,
it's full of redneck families with 16 fucking children.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. But the point is, it doesn't change the fact that the entire country as a whole is not. It's only being propped up.
16 kids, them 16 kids are going to be raised with a silver spoon up their fucking ass and won't do the job that Dave's talking about.
That's yeah, but I mean, and I'm a bit funny. Like we're saying that
about population placement.
It's a bit. I mean, it's a bit anecdotal in a way, though. Not no disrespect, man. Like saying, "Oh, go in a McDonald's." That's a bit anecdotal.
Yeah. Anyway, just for a minute. I agree.
I
get where she's coming from. Never Again says, I decided a long time ago, like age 11, I wasn't interested in the continuation of our species. And this is the thing. If someone isn't interested in the continuation of their species, why should they pay towards schools?
Because the rest of us are fucking interested.
Why should one person be forced? Sorry, say that again, Sammy. You went.
Me.
Say that again? Yeah.
I didn't believe that people should have to if they didn't want to continue the species, which is how I used to feel until I popped a spawn out, and then
because other people should pay too.
That's my responsibility now. I have to pay because I've added to the mess. So,
well, I would just say that these people who say, "Why should I pay for this? I'm not interested in blah blah blah." I tend to find these people tend to change their fucking tune when they actually need something from society that affects them personally.
Yes, of course they do.
So
as a species,
absolutely.
So it's a when they say, because generally I'm not interested in the continuation of our species, but they'll still have a certain self-preservation element about them. So
yes.
It's it's no good. It's no good given. It's no fucking good to anyone giving them actually legitimizing like this sovereign citizen fucking bullshit.
You need them to understand. The problem you've got is right. It's very easy to come up with buzzwords for very simple policies. Okay? Explaining why someone that never wants kids, has absolutely no interest in kids, has absolutely no interest in continuing anything to do with that, why they should pay towards schools is hard unless you are willing to understand the complex issues. Yeah? Because people will just turn around and say, why am I paying towards other people's kids? Why am I paying towards... Because there is no direct benefit. There are statistical benefits that you can lay out in the same way as why should you pay your part of your policing budget towards drug rehabilitation. Okay.
Why should you pay taxes that provide new roads if you don't drive a car?
So, for example.
Because eventually you're going to need a fucking ambulance to get to your house, and they're going to need a fucking road.
Yeah, but if I didn't pay towards the roads, I would have a helicopter. Go on.
Honey?
Yeah. Well, Amanda wants to say something, so...
No, I'm telling him to say something. MathPig.
In reference to Dave's point and what Dave's talking about now, these people don't want to pay their taxes or education towards the school or things like that. Who's going to, be your doctor, as Amanda's pointing out? Who's going to, serve you and who's going to do these things? So whether you want to contribute to the continuation of society at all, you want to be part of the society as it is now, you still need to fucking put your finger out and put towards it. For the bigger questions, should society prioritise its members over the continuation? I look at that question and I see it like Amanda did. I see species. And if the continuation of the species is prioritised, fine, you do anything to do that. Wipe out half the population that exists on the planet now. Climate change is sorted. All of that, a lot of things. We don't need the society as it stands now. I hate the fucking society as it is now. We don't need to focus on capitalism and things like that. So why should we continue this? Focus on the species over the society.
Right.
Thank you, MathPig.
Skipping over the...
I think you've cut.
I love that we all think alike.
I think you've cut through a lot of stuff there, MathPig. Well done.
Yes, I don't mind paying my taxes.
He's a direct guy. I love it.
Ilya says, I'm less worried about how far we continue on and more worried about those that are already here. Rainbug, if you personally want to participate in the society, you need to contribute your share, comrades. Never again. In fact, I've donated computers to young people who need them for their education. I've never been called that, Jeff. I simply didn't want a child. Oh, I missed something there. Are you arguing in the chat?
Hold on. Are you? What the fuck? What the fuck have I called him?
No idea.
What? What's happening?
I think never again. I think Jeff's insulted never again, but I'm not sure how.
Yeah, the sovereign citizen comment or something.
No.
That's not what was. I wasn't actually calling anyone that.
I'm arguing with you, saying shit about me that isn't true. What did he say? Yeah, ask in the chat.
Ben, what the fuck did I say?
Yeah, what the fuck did he say?
Wait, who's yelling at you? And
Never
why
again.
isn't it me?
Why isn't it you? I know why. Jeff, do a Jar Jar impression.
No.
Fuck off, Dave.
Antjer says because they live in a society, so they should participate. But you don't participate in every. You never participate in every part of society. There has to be a choice made as to how much is expected of you, or how much you should contribute. Sorry, I skipped over. There was so much stuff. I have skipped over some, not intentionally, just chunks. Every end, you take a simple statement, and Dave goes off on people saying they don't like to pay their share, and that's a fucked up assumption. Oh, I completely agree. It's a fucked up assumption.
Wait. Can I stick up for Never Again here?
Yeah.
He said that. Sorry, if Never Again is a she, I'm sorry. They said that they don't mind paying their share. They just don't like bad teaching, which I agree with.
See, now I'll say this: I wasn't paying attention to the chat. Never again. Okay, I was paying attention to what Dave was saying.
Dave's fault. No, it is. It can't be Dave's fault.
It wasn't. It very much was not aimed at. It was aimed at a general.
Yeah, this was not aimed specifically at you at all.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, Never Again, and I knew that. I'm an idiot. Sorry.
That was
I'm
not.
Dying. It's okay. It's not my fault.
That was not specifically.
His fault.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to make that clear. I'm going to make this really clear. That was not aimed. Never again. That was not aimed specifically at you. Okay. It's not. Yes, it was a bit of a generalisation. I wasn't looking at the chat, so I don't know precisely what was said. I'm sorry if you took offence to it, but I still think a lot of what I said in regards to people that I've dealt with, and yes, you could say this is anecdotal, that have kind of these attitudes of why should I pay for something. That's what I've noticed is the double standard when it comes to them personally. But it was not a personal shot at you. I'm going to be clear about that.
Jenny says, read Aunt Jer's comment.
I did read Aunt Jer's comment. Yeah, because they live in society and they should participate.
Dave purposefully skipping my comments. You're such an asshole, Dave.
I am not purposely skipping. We're right. Because you lot won't shut up, yeah, I'm three screens behind.
Dave, can I ask you something?
What?
Is this a panel show or is this a fucking chat show? Why do you have us on here?
So we can watch
the chat.
For the fucking
show, so we can watch you read the fucking chat.
for the fucking dumpster fire over hot dogs and sandwiches. Why else?
It's a good thing to fight about.
Right, we'll now do the next question, I think. I don't think we've got... Well, there. Actually, I won't. I want to do a quick answer. Should it prioritise its members or its continuation? MathPig.
Members.
Since when were you, MathPig?
Sorry, I jumped the gun, Dave. I'm sorry.
MathPig. Continuation. Manda.
Is it specifically about the human species?
Yes. Specifically about a society, to be quite honest.
It's fucking hard because I would say, except on climate change, I would say members. But considering what the whole as a species does to the planet, then I would have to say continuation, because that would make them work toward fixing the shit that they fucked up. So either way, we're screwed. I don't care.
I need to find a new way to deal with the chat. I'm in trouble now.
I'm going to stick with what my original answer was. I'm going to kind of say members, but I still feel your premise of your question is wrong, that both can't be addressed at the same time.
Both can be addressed at the same time. I made that clear repeatedly.
No, initially you said they were exclusive positions.
No, they are exclusive positions, as in one can only be, one has to be prioritised over the other.
They are not exclusive positions. But...
Well, I was going to say members.
Yeah.
But then, after Manda's answer, on thinking about it, people are fucked and they won't make the right fucking decisions themselves.
Nope.
I think we need to be forced sometimes. So my heart wants to say members, but my brain says I think it needs to be.
Yeah. That's exactly how I feel. So I get it.
You sent him a message threatening him, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Beth.
And as you see, it worked.
Did I get it right?
Didn't get it right.
Yes, I did. Send you some money later.
Beth.
Or I'll stop the ninjas from coming to assassinate you. Either one. Go ahead, B.
I don't know. I don't think necessarily it's a separate question. I think that both have to thrive to make everything work. But I do think that members are more important, because if you concentrate more on the members, the society itself will succeed.
Oh, god damn.
What?
Amanda, if you see what the name of your Twitter group's been changed to.
Yes, I did.
I've just seen the fucking meme stall that's posted it.
The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council.
Fucking meme that stall's posted it. That's correct.
Right. Moving on. Oh shit.
Oh dear.
Right, I think we've got 2 more questions, maybe 3.
Oh god.
Right.
It's 2.
2? Question 1020.
It's 9:30.
What does that mean? What happens at 9:30?
It means by the time we get through 2 more questions, it'll be like 40 minutes. So it'll be 2 hours.
It'll be a quick question. Well, one of them will.
Doing the math.
Right. Question 1020. If someone
There
from
is
the 80s...
no such thing as a quick question on your show.
Not if you
Yes,
keep
there is.
interrupting them.
No!
Right. Right. Ooh.
Question 10,000... I'm never going to get it.
10,000. Now we're up to 10,000?
We are. Question 1020. If someone from the 80s was brought forward in time to today and asked to guess what year they thought it was now, what do you think their guess would be?
Is it before or after Back to the Future 3 come out? Or Back to the Future 2 come out?
Oh, damn that thing you got there before me.
It's currently
Where
after.
are they from?
The 1980s.
If they didn't see a hoverboard, they're not going to be convinced it's past 2015.
Starkey asks if they're stoned. Stool says 1914.
I'm
Sirius
probably
says not.
looking at 2005, 2010. They'll go past the millennium because it's the future, but I don't think they'll go as far as 2020 because we don't have freedom stars.
To be honest,
Have you seen our phones?
Yes.
some of them might.
How did Sirif and Ilya both say 1995? That's
and
crazy.
It's spooky, isn't it? They're now fighting about it.
I was gonna say anyone from like someone from 1981 might come out of it and think it's 1984.
Yes. I mean, you don't think that someone might.
But mine doesn't hover.
I mean, we have hover. You can say we have hoverboards. People fly around on them all the time.
Yep.
You want to? I thought you were on a gas chair then and just disappeared down the screen.
We all into the past. Sorry.
Ricardo says, "Oh,
too.
Say again."
Nothing.
Ricardo says, "Clarifying question: brought to where?" We'll go with the heart of a major city, in New York. Okay. By the way, this question was written before the pandemic, so assume no pandemic right now.
I think with it being the 80s and how much things have advanced, everything from phones to computers to whatever, and in the 80s, I don't think we expected it to be this quick. Electric cars, we have electric tractor trailers. I think they're going to think it's more like 2040, 2050.
2040, 2050. Rainbug says...
What are you
Rainbug
laughing
says
at me?
Shush! Rainbug says 2001. Chad says, my dad said 2060 because it's close to the ecological end times, as they predicted in the 1980s. He made a compelling argument just now, so I agree. Starkey says 1990, and that New York is a shithole.
It is a shithole.
Sammy,
Was that any different in the 1980s?
that's a good question. Sammy?
Well, I don't know. I think even when I watched Back to the Future, I thought there's no way we will be that advanced that quickly. I mean, I would probably say roughly around this time.
Ricardo says 2050, 2100. Harmonica Man says, who would care about their opinion? They wanted to be gagged with a spoon half the time. What? Stool says they'll wonder where all the fax machines have gone.
You don't remember that
Because back in the
saying?
80s, the saying was gag me
Gag
with a
me
spoon.
with a spoon.
No, that didn't make it here.
That's why he said that.
That didn't make it here.
Fuck that
Oh.
didn't make it here.
How old are you, Manda?
Younger than Dave and Jeff, older than MathPig.
Younger than Sammy. You don't know
Yeah, I
how
think
Sammy
I'm
is, do
older
you?
than
Me? How do you remember that phrase?
Sammy, how old are
Because
you?
I grew up in the 80s. I was born in 81.
In 82.
Oh, you're only just younger
Oh,
than me.
so I'm older than you. What the fuck?
Oh, shit.
I
Sorry.
mean, so yeah.
Don't whine. I'm the oldest fucker here. Kiss my ass, all of you.
I was born very tail end of 79.
And yet, still the least mature. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what the shittiest thing about being born in 81 is, though?
What?
I am the oldest fucking millennial.
Depending on your definition. A lot of people
Yeah.
can say millennial starts 79. I've been classed as a friggin' millennial.
I can't.
Glass half
remember.
full, half empty.
I'm always going to see myself as a Gen Xer just because. I mean,
Just
most
'cause
of
you
my
wanna be
brothers are
cool.
older,
You
all my
want to hang
friends
out
are-
with the cool kids.
Fuck off. Yeah,
Cool kid.
Cool kid, exactly. Still do. So.
Okay. Well, there we are. That is it's settled. Difference between Generation X and Millennials was the year 1980. There we go. It's sorted.
That doesn't answer the question, by the way.
No, it doesn't. And I was
Ah,
going.
fuck it.
I was trying to formulate an answer, but
Go on.
right. Here's the weird thing: when you look back, a lot of stuff from how you imagine things might have been now in the 1980s. There's certain ways we're probably more, technologically more advanced than we thought we were going to be, and certain areas where we're probably not. I think we probably thought we'd all have done a little bit more around like space travel or whatever by now in the 1980s. So it could be. I think it'd be very interesting if I'm just trying to put myself in that kind of position. I think if me in the 1980s, I would not have even conceived of something like the internet, and yet that was only a few years away. Yeah, a lot of things. Again, we thought. I thought we'd be much further along with sort of space travel and things like that than what we are. So interesting. Bear in mind that the movie Blade Runner was set in 2019. I might not be convinced it's 2020 based on that evidence.
Okay. So I'm going to speak to what Chad said. If we're in 1980 and then you switch to now and you tell everybody we're in the 6th mass extinction, they're not going to think it was 15 years later or whatever. And you mentioned the phones.
Wait. To be fair, we were in the middle of the 6th mass extinction in the 80s. We just didn't realise it.
That's debatable. We were on the cusp of it.
Okay.
It's not like it is now.
Fair enough.
And like Dave said, the phones and stuff. It's hard to say. Part of me wants to say just a little bit after 2000. Part of me wants to say something like 2050 as well because of how. But we also fixed the fucking ozone layers too. So god damn it, you know what?
Yeah, it was predicted we would all fucking burn. We wouldn't be able to go outside.
Yeah. Yes, but you know what fixed that shit?
Whoa!
It was Montreal.
Da da da.
The only one of the climate accords that did anything was Montreal because it shut down the
Someone should do a video about this. I broke something.
Maybe we should have a climate scientist do the video about it.
I know. What the hell?
That'd be a good idea.
Okay, nobody watches my climate science videos. It's fine.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I watched it.
I watched it,
It was
man,
great,
and it was very informative.
It was.
Thank you.
It was.
Why do you think we would take the piss about it if we hadn't watched it?
I didn't mean you. My friends watch it, but nobody else does.
Someone's put a link in the channel.
Whatever.
Just bitch about the accords that all of that and how they fucked up. Someone being
right.
him.
Quick answers. So we can go home today. B.
I'm sorry, what?
What year?
I already answered.
Yeah, quick answer.
2050.
2050. Jeff.
Ish.
2010.
Yeah. Sammy.
2025.
Manda.
Yeah, I go about 2050.
MathPig.
Chad's dad's right.
Right, moving on.
Hashtag for the day, Chad's dad's right.
I like that. Need a hashtag. Is that two
How do we
S's?
all three keep agreeing? This is why we're friends, you two. We all keep agreeing. Dave, what was your answer?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Dave?
2030.
All right.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
So
That's why you're only sort of, friend.
So I'm the only one who thinks. So I'm the only one who thinks it's not as 2020 in terms of it being, not as far on as.
I think that people forget very quickly what we haven't got from fiction, and you are amazed by what we have got.
Yeah,
you just talk to the people. Read some of the
Not
stuff from people that have been in prison for 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay, and they walk out, and you've got the internet and phones and the way people communicate, and just how much our day-to-day functionality has changed.
But it's not even fiction, just fiction, though. A lot of things that, sadly, we don't have to program anymore, but a lot of things that, were predicted on tomorrow's world or whatever that would never came to pass, ever.
We've got a toaster that'll predict the weather.
Yeah, we got a cook.
We have TVs on our refrigerators. Come on.
Yeah, we've even got. And I was going to say before I was interrupted, we've even got a cooker that works around observant Jews and doesn't switch on works around the Sabbath. So,
Hey, just as you were
Wait a
talking,
minute.
you know how easy that is to do now? Because I was actually looking up that yesterday. You take a busted laptop, take the screen out of it, and pay a tenner for a PCB off eBay, and it runs off a USB charger, and the screen works. And you can put that anywhere. You can make a real life.
Right.
It's so simple now.
Yeah.
I just want to make a quick observation that Jeff just said he was interrupted.
I did.
I love you, Jeff. You interrupt people all the time, but I love you anyways.
No, it's to be honest, it's the lag. It's it happens.
The lag is for shit today, unfortunately.
I know, it's true.
Never Again says, we fucking got 1984 going on. I desperately want to say no, but I can't. Right.
No, it's nothing like 1984, honestly.
Okay, no. It's nothing like 1984
10 years.
yet. It's how we're headed.
I don't
Give
think
it
so.
10 years.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. We
You'll
are.
have to read that book.
Maybe not to that extreme, but to a certain point.
Starkey says,
we could
I'd be
debate
more
that all
surprised
day.
by the soda machines in McDonald's than I would about the phone. What's wrong with the soda machines in McDonald's?
Because you get to pick
Have you
all
not
the
seen
shit
them?
and the flavors and stuff. So
Yeah, it's like a touch screen, and you go boop, and it gives you your soda.
I
No,
haven't been to
we
It looks
McDonald's
like
in a
something from
while.
fucking
No.
Star Trek.
I'll say we've got them in some of the Burger Kings over here now. We haven't got them in the McDonald's. Haven't done them yet.
But you can get like a vanilla Coke or an orange Coke
Yeah.
or a lemon Coke. Which
Yeah,
both sound
Firehouse
good.
Subs
Vanilla
has it
Cokes are
here.
okay, but the rest of them are gross.
Why do they have to fuck with perfection?
I don't know because
I don't know.
Right, next
No, because
question.
people are lazy. They don't want to push the little thing, so they set their cup in there and push a button instead. Because it
He's
looks
talking about
cool,
the additives, though.
and we have to have the greatest. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, well, they fuck with perfection when they took the cocaine out of the Coca-Cola.
The push thing. Behind the counter, they still have the push thing.
Yeah.
Over
Yes.
the other side, they have the button because people are too stupid to fucking take the cup away when it's full.
Yes.
So it
And they're lazy.
determines how much comes out.
Oh, and also it keeps them from touching the little bar and spreading shit. So it's actually a good idea right now, considering the pandemic we're dealing with. Right. Moving on.
The last question, I think. Amanda was right. It's terrible.
Told ya.
Question 1021. Would you rather have the plumage like a peacock that automatically sprung up when excited, or produce saliva at the rate of a distressed hagfish when hungry? It's quite a mouthful. It would be quite a mouthful.
I already have the first problem. That's why I wore tight jeans.
Gotta keep that shit in check. And no, you don't. That's a lie.
The fucking panel dead. That did.
I know.
So I'm not really going to put much thought. I'm just going to say saliva.
Saliva.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen a hagfish produce mucus?
No,
Apparently
and
not.
I'm done in for the day now. I'm just going to say saliva.
It sounds a bit like a problem surfers have in colder parts of Australia. They call it a Eiffel Tower. When, due to the coldness, you have shrinkage, and then upon the unshrinkage, it's all tangled. It creates what looks like an Eiffel Tower.
Does it?
A friend told me.
Aha.
A friend told you, okay.
Can you confirm what it looked like?
Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
I can confirm it did not look like the Eiffel Tower.
Did you try looking from below?
Or maybe while they're laying flat on their back?
That
Stool
doesn't
says,
answer the question, though, Sammy.
no, it doesn't, not in the slightest. Stool said, peacock and spatula hands, which you can't have. You're not having spatula hands. Angela says, "What's a distressed hagfish?" He really wants them. You have to look up what a distressed hagfish does. It can produce like buckets of mucus in minutes. Seraph says, "Peacock, less messy." Jenny says, "Ooh, hagfish, icky." Starkey says, "Spatula on one hand, tongs on the other." You just want to barbecue, and you can't have that. Rainbow says,
Clarification.
"Go on."
Is your saliva exiting your body in the same way it does a hagfish? So from your entire body, or
No,
is
it's
just
in your mouth. It's your saliva glands. But it would be literally pouring out of your mouth. You'd be producing lots of it. But you're swallowing a lot of it. You can keep up.
And is that a constant thing, or just if
When
you
you're
get
hungry.
excited?
Just when you're hungry. Brainbug says, "Do you mean the amount of mucus for the mass of a hagfish or relative to the human body?" I mean the amount of the mucus that a hagfish currently produces. But again, it's coming out of your mouth. Jenny says they can produce gallons of mucus almost instantly. Harmonica Man says, "I'll take the plumage. Too much spit clogs the harmonicas." Rainbow says, "The difference between a bucket and a jacuzzi of mucus." Starkey says, "I've been a peacock for Halloween. It was pretty fun. I got to walk around and say cock all night." Did you get laid is the important question. Does it work? B.
I
Had to go there. I'm gonna say peacock for a couple of reasons. One, the hagfish thing, it's just fucking disgusting. Two, if you have plumes, you can trim them down so they're not so excessive, and maybe like the winter time. Also, they can keep you warm if you don't want to. In the summer, they will provide shade. And also like an umbrella from rain. So I'm gonna go with peacock.
Fair enough. Dak says, "I produce mucus when I ride carousel." Antjer says, "Then I pick plumage. It's more attractive than mucus." And Starkey says, "Saliva is nasty."
Agreed.
That depends what you're doing. Jeff, you were going to say something.
I was going to say that it was saliva. I can make a Baldrick-style coffee.
You could run an entire cafeteria.
Cappuccino.
Sammy, what was your answer? Actual answer that you avoided?
Where is my plumage coming from?
I imagine it'll come out your back up here,
Right.
so it'll be like that.
That's what I pictured.
All right. Be very flamboyant.
Yes, it would be very flamboyant.
I'll go the plumage.
Right, but you can't hide it either.
You could also wiggle your tail feathers and attract others.
Yeah. The point being, it happens automatically when you get excited. So even if you don't want it to.
So mine would probably never go down then. This big fucking...
You walk in and meet a nice girl and you just...
Hashtag hot dog is a sandwich.
Hot dog is not a
But that's
sandwich.
No, I know it was a typo, honey. I know it's a sandwich. It's okay. We'll move on. Anyways.
Brainbug says, "I'm going to be a peacock." Nag says, "That was Baldrick's post-World War II pub he opened, the Saliva and the Slug."
Yeah, good boozer from what I heard.
Spooky says, "SG1 for the win."
Suck a dick, Spooky.
Catnip says, "Do I get to decide what colour my plumage is?" I think you get a little bit of say in it, but mostly it looks like a peacock's.
Well, you know, you can always dye your plumage. People
Yes.
dye their hair all the time.
They do. And you can paint
You
feathers.
can do whatever you want with it, Catnip.
Yeah. I mean, you'd probably get someone else to do it. It would be quite awkward to do it.
Well, you could just lay down in some fucking dye and stand up and be dyed.
Yes.
Or you
so,
can go
so
pay
would your back.
$500 to have someone dye each of them separately. You could get that fade thing.
Oh, you could get
Oh, yeah, you
fade
could get all
colours.
fancy.
Oh, it'd look fantastic.
Yeah. Like you could do like a tie-dye design. That's what I'm saying. Plumage is better.
Jenny says, "Can I get
The
glitter
mucus
on my
egg.
plumage?" Yes, you can get glitter on your plumage. They will be able to style it. If everyone has this, they'll be able to style it many different ways.
Yes, and peacocks are not sandwiches. Thank you, Sammy. Also, if you lose your pen and you have ink, you're good.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mhm.
Where did Manda go?
There she is.
Is
You're not allowed to do that.
Where did MathPig run away to?
Probably wouldn't take a piss because this is such
here.
a long show. I don't
Here.
know.
Go on, your
Oh, there
last
you go.
answer, then we can go. We can escape.
You know, I didn't answer, but that's okay.
I thought you did.
No, I didn't. I said a goddamn thing about this question.
And I was the first person to answer.
Yeah,
did you
and
say?
he already answered.
Peacock.
Peacock. Manda, what's your answer?
Peacock. Peacock.
That was easy.
See?
Rainbow says a peahen will not have to much work with. Starkey says, do we make the same noise as a peacock? Because that might change my mind. You can make the same noise if you really want. And Monica Man says, I would use my plumage to threaten to tickle feet. Fair enough.
I would kick your ass.
Yes. Just evil. Right.
It is evil.
On that note, we can go to
That's
bed.
it, Jenny. Thank you. Ombre Peacock.
Are you saying...
So,
everyone-
Dave, before
Wait, go
before
on.
we leave, I have some shilling to do.
Go on.
I'm at a little over 400 subscribers, so I'm gonna do at 4:30 Mountain Time, 6:30 Eastern. I'm going to do an open hangout, and then when we get done with that, we can all jump over to Amanda's channel because she has something at 8 p.m. if you want to talk about that, Amanda.
I do. At 8 p.m. Eastern, I have actual Jake from Hannah and Jake on
Who?
Living Critically.
Ooh,
Fuck off, Dave.
it's gonna be awesome.
I only found out about them today.
What?
I said I only found out about them today.
Yeah, because
Oh,
you
dear.
know nothing, Jon Snow.
Because I know nothing. Okay.
Yes.
John.
I know nothing.
That is
Anyone
worse
else got
than
anything to shill?
Jeff.
Say again, Sammy?
Sorry.
Godless Engineer on Monday.
Monday.
Yes, Monday, not Sunday.
Yeah, well,
And I go back to work on Monday too, and have to work on Tuesday. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, sounds great
Oh,
fun.
I-
Yeah.
I think I
For a
go
week.
back.
I'm only going back for a week.
I think I go back a week Saturday.
Where are we? A week Saturday. So is it, that next week starts the
Oh.
I wonder what it's
27th.
like to get a
1st of August.
vacation like that.
You see, my guess is there's only going to be another 2, 4, 8, 10 more critical questions at this time.
And
guess.
don't forget, Dave, it's my birthday in 2 weeks. You have a lot of work to do to try and beat your birthday party.
Oh, I can't live up to
It's
that.
true.
That's
I'll
it.
help you, Dave.
Mate, what happened?
It's fine. Don't ask his girlfriend to help or anything.
Oh, no, I'm looking for less dancers. I'm hoping he's going to buy you an outfit.
We're gonna have it on the side, Amanda. Shh. Me and you will talk.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean about birthdays.
Definitely.
Right.
Love you, MathPig.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Don't forget to follow Starkey Talks too. I'm hilarious. Yes, follow Starkey Talks too. She is hilarious.
She is hilarious. And I like her horn.
She's got a fantastic horn. I want to lick her horn.
Oh my goodness. This escalated quickly. Let's
All
move
right.
Right. On that note, I'm going to say thank you to MathPig.
Ice from the kitchen.
Fucking pigs are always in the kitchen.
I know. Thank you to B. Thank you to Manda. Thank you to Sammy.
hooroo.
And thank you to Team SG1.
SG1 for the win.
Fuck off, both of you. No sex for
Look,
you.
he almost said oi, and then he went, oh.
Thank you to Jeff. We will
Thanks,
see
Dave.
Everyone
Love you,
bright and
man.
early tomorrow. Thank you very much for coming. You've always, as always, been a blast and been crazy. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
I'll see you tonight at 4:30 my time.
I'll probably be there.
Bye,
too.
everybody.
I might be in the
Sweet.
chat or something if I'm awake, but you know.
Yeah, come on over, Jeff.